Roger Schmidt. Estoril Praia is still fighting to stay in the Portuguese league. So what kind of opponent do you expect tomorrow in Estádio da Luz?
Yeah, these matches are always dangerous. So we are entering the end of the season, so the last weeks, and like you said, so this Estoril is in danger to get relegated. And if you analyze the matches of them in the last weeks, so I see a team who is still believing, who is still fighting, and who is playing football with a lot of intensity, especially in defending. So always a lot of players behind the ball, very disciplined, looking for counter-attacks. So also if you see the matches, away matches against other top teams, I think they did it very well. So I expect a match where we have to be very focused, where we have to find solutions, like we did already a lot of times this season. And of course, we have to be very good organized also in our positioning, in our rest defense to prevent the counter-attacks, the transition moments of them. But of course, so we play at home. We have also a big goal, so we want to become champion. So we are looking forward, and we want to play a top game tomorrow and of course to win the game.
Mr. Roger Schmidt, Diogo Marques, da Bola TV. Benfica enters now in the last 6 matches of the season with the participation quarterfinals in the Champions League and the participation of the team in Taça de Portugal and Taça da Liga. If Benfica becomes champion, how would you describe your first season in the club?
I think you tried it already at the beginning to ask me about this review of the season before the season finished. So I can only judge the season after the last match day. So I think until now, I think the players are doing very well. So I think we are a new team, a lot of players in a completely new role, responsible role at Benfica, playing international football, have to fight for titles. And if I see the motivation of the players, the performance of the players, the mentality of the players, I think until now they are doing a fantastic job and they are playing a fantastic season. But at the end, we have to bring it to the end. So I think we have to show also that we are able to have the focus and the mentality and the concentration also to win the last matches to become champion. And if we are doing that, it was an amazing season. So that's my opinion about it. But at the moment, we are not looking too much forward. So we want to go step by step through the matches. And our focus now is on tomorrow. So to win this match, I think it would be very good for us to win again because we haven't won for 4 matches. That's why I think we are very motivated, very focused. I see the team in a very good shape and we will try to bring it tomorrow on the pitch.
Hello, Mr. Roger Schmidt, João Alves Domingos for RTP. Benfica made some participations to the Discipline Council of the Portuguese Federation of Football about some declarations of the President of Porto, Vitor Bahia, and Sérgio Conceição. Do you think that Porto is pressing the referees to this final stage of the league?
To be honest, I haven't read that. I don't leave a comment on that.
Hello, Mr. Schmidt, Artur Teixeira from Sport TV. You are in Benfica since the beginning of the season. Let me ask you, what is your opinion about Portuguese League, about Portuguese football? Is what you are expecting, the organization, the noise around the football, the referees, it's what your expectation?
Yes, a lot of topics. What I can say is, I did it already a few times here on this seat. I think I'm impressed of the quality of the Portuguese football, of the quality of the coaches. I think it is a tough competition to become champion in Portugal because you have with Sporting, with Porto and Braga, you have also very good teams in the league, and Benfica. I think all these teams showed not only in the league, also in the international competitions, that they that they are very good. So I think, yeah, like you saw that us, but also Porto and Sporting in the Champions League, and also Braga in the Europa League. In my opinion, they showed not only good results, also a very good football. And I think that's, for me, is obviously that the quality of football is very good. And all the rest, I think also is, yeah, each league has its own culture, and in Portugal it is like that you sometimes play in big stadiums, sometimes you play in very small stadiums with not so many fans, but I like this experience, so I'm very happy. That's why I also extend my contract. I feel at the right place, and also because of the quality of the Portuguese football and the Portuguese league in total. The noise, yeah, I can, no problem. The noise, you mean the media and these things, or what you mean with noise? You mean the media, or what you mean with noise? Yeah, like I said, so I think there's a lot of focus on football, so that's obviously, so that football is a big thing in Portugal. Is very obviously, if you switch on the TV, you see it every evening, and also in the newspapers. To be honest, I don't read the newspapers. I cannot understand the TV shows, so I'm a little bit independent of that. But what I see is that a lot of people are very interested in that, because if not, then there were not so many noise about it, like you say. And so that's also what the people like. I think there are so many enthusiastic football fans in Portugal, and they want to know what is behind the teams and behind the players and coaches and everything. So I think that's part of football, and I like it.
Hi, Roger. Gonçalo Batista, CMTV here. After the draw against Inter, you gave your opinion about the VAR. A negative opinion. Now a bit more calm, I want to ask you, what do you think about the VAR in football, and if you think it works well here in Portugal, in the Portuguese league?
I think my statement was, of course, a little bit affected by the decisions in the last 3 matches. So I think we were very unlucky in the 2 matches against Inter, against Chavez. We all know that we could get in each of these matches a penalty. But it is also a little bit my opinion in total. So I was in China with the VAR, I was in Netherlands with the VAR, and I'm now in Portugal with the VAR. If you ask me about my opinion, I have to make the decision. If we continue in football with VAR or without VAR, I would continue without VAR, because in my opinion, there are too many different decisions. Sometimes the VAR interferes, sometimes not. Sometimes the communication with the referee is there, sometimes not. In my opinion, give all the responsibility back to the referees, let them make their decisions. That they will not be always 100% right, that's football. But it's also with the VAR football. And my opinion, for me, is more frustrating if we have the VAR and nevertheless they make wrong decisions. So that is for me very frustrating. If we don't get the penalty in Inter Milan without VAR, so I say, okay, it was difficult to see. So I accept that's part of football. But if you have the VAR and nobody is checking, nobody is looking for the right decision, for me is more frustrating, and that's it's my personal opinion. I accept also when we continue with the VAR, it is like it is, but I don't like it.
Mr. Smith, hello. Nuno Luz from SIC Portugal. You told that the big responsibility of the low performance of the players was the national teams other day.
Yeah, continue.
But my question is, what your responsibility, what the situation of the last matches of the low performance of the players?
No, my responsibility is 100%. So I'm the coach, so I'm responsible for everything. You were not really right with your question, because I was asked about the break and some days off. So for me, it is so crucial to give players days off in this kind of football schedule. So the matches are more intensive, the amount of matches are more, the amount of matches with the national team are more, the breaks are shorter. So if you can give the players in between some days off is crucial. Some days off means they get some individual training plans, they do their job at home, but they can rest a little bit. So, my answer was that the problem sometimes is that the players at national team, they go to the national team. Some of them are not playing, so they are 10, 12 days in the hotel. The training is almost zero, and that's why they lose a little bit some shape and some tension. So but that's normal. It's not only our problem, it's the problem for all the coaches. Nevertheless, you can win games. It's not like an excuse. I don't use it as an excuse. It's only, you ask me about my opinion, I give you my opinion. And my responsibility is 100% for everything.